This fine gentleman, who was also a drag queen, was arrested for posting online threats about President Trump. And there's one more detail about this guy that you'll never guess. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a 46-year-old Florida man by the name of Shannon Atkins, who posted online threats about President Donald Trump. Now, as I said from the beginning, this guy is also a drag queen. Are you surprised? Like, literally, are you surprised at all? Haven't we seen story after story after story after story about people that live alternative lifestyles, LGBT and trans and drag queens and cross-dressers? Haven't we seen these kind of stories over and over again where they get themselves locked up for something? Whether it be the guy from the Federales, what's his name? Sam Brinton, the klepto, Sticky Fingers, getting locked up, stealing women's panties straight from the airport. He got locked up. This drag queen dude getting locked up. You got a lot of the Antifa. A lot of those people are trans. You have a violent streak within that community. And at this point, you can't really ignore it. You can't ignore it. Now, as I said from the beginning also, there's one detail about him that you never guess. Oh, y'all never going to guess this. Like, when I saw that, I was like, wow, I got to cover this story. Now, before I go any further, let's get to the news clip about this guy being locked up and some of his friends wanting to free him. Oh, yeah. You know how it is. Birds, feather, flocking together. You know, the thing. Let's get to this. Then we're going to get to the crazy details about the 46-year-old Florida big bat drag queen. Without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Just hours after Shannon Atkins' arrest, a group of supporters are calling for his release on social media with the hashtag #FreeShannon. West Palm Beach police announcing Shannon Atkins' arrest on Saturday.
Folks, this is not a joke.
Police say they received a tip from an Okeechobee man reporting threats against President Trump on social media. Friday, the 46-year-old Atkins was arrested for what police called a violent series of threats. Police also found 3 bags of cocaine on Atkins during the arrest.
Oh, imagine that. Cocaine. Oh, you got a drag queen, cocaine, sending threats. Imagine my surprise.
It made me very sad because I feel like they are bogus charges.
Rochelle Young is defending Atkins, saying he makes many jokes on social media.
He is a jokester. He likes to, make people laugh. He wouldn't hurt a fly, and
that's what they all say. My baby would never, my friend would never. And then when your friend is on the news and they got the murder weapon, videotape, all of that, you'd be surprised. I never thought he could do it. Meanwhile, all the rest of us knew that he was going to do that many years ago.
It hurt a lot to see him behind bars like that.
Facebook group sharing a post with this image and the hashtag #FreeShannon.
So you see now you see the whole drag queen thing. I guess that's him right there. That's him. Now you go from looking like Mark Henry to, I don't know, Marquisha Henry. I don't know what's going on. The transformation isn't that different, in my humble opinion, but I digress.
Shannon. Another friend tells us Shannon is many things. Chef, artist, performer, Big Mama. A terrorist is not one of them.
So Big Mama is his drag queen name, I suppose, right? That's his drag queen name. He's, looking like Mark Henry, weightlifting and eating steroids and whatnot. And on his off time, he is a drag queen named Big Mama. All right. But yeah, what you might want to do is stop posting threats to social media, especially against the president, because they will come for you. Hey, you post that and you want to keep doubling down, you're going to get a few knocks on the door. And if you don't come to the door, they're going to come get you. You could be wearing your wig, your high heels, all of that. They're going to take all of that up out of there and put you in the back of the vehicle.
Is not one of them.
For one, I didn't personally see a threat. 2, whatever happened to freedom of speech?
While friends are calling for Atkins to be released, police add the posts he allegedly made were no joke.
In today's climate, you really can't say things like this. We have incident after incident, example after example of when these threats become real.
Exactly. That's the main thing. People talking about, oh, it's just a joke. It's a social media post, all this and that. And the third, well, if this guy was to go crash out and try to do something to the president, and then we see that there was a history of him doing this, there was a whole online presence of him threatening the president, and nothing was done, then they're going to say, you guys are not doing your job. You see how that works? Now, there's still one more thing we got to get to. And I think this piece might kind of give a little bit of added level of urgency to these online threats. But first, a word from our sponsor. Online data brokers will sell your information to scammers, hackers, and anyone that wants to use that information against you. Now, this includes your full name, your email address, your home address, health records, even your family's information is all out there for sale. I mean, look at what they found about me. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers sell my information, and they automatically submit opt-out requests on my behalf. Now, to clean all that up, not only helps me reduce spam, but it protects me from hackers who may want to access my bank accounts, my social media accounts, or maybe even the inside of my home. Now, I learned that the hard way back when I got swatted. It's 2019, I'm streaming as normal, and before I know it, I have not one, not two, but 6 cops at my back door, guns drawn, and tell us, get outside, get on the ground. They go through the house, they come back very apologetic. I'm sorry, Mr. Logan, we got an anonymous tip that somebody was tied up and bleeding and we had to come check it out. Now, this was a false complaint, and I'm willing to bet whoever filed it got my address from an online data broker. You may be thinking, hey, ABL, I'm not a streamer, I'm not a YouTuber. How could this service protect me? Well, the reality is in 2025, everyone needs protection from online danger, including you. Aside from the very important data broker opt-out, Aura has identity theft protection, financial fraud protection, a password manager, an antivirus, and of course, a VPN, which allows you to access global content safely. All of what I mentioned is available with just one app at one good price. I value my privacy and I value yours. Visit aura.com/Anthony Logan through the link in the description to start your free 2-week trial today. And we're back. You see the headline right here. You see it. Florida man accused of threatening Trump is a drag queen and close pal of infamous top mom, Casey Anthony. Yes, this guy is friends with Casey Anthony. Now, if you're young, maybe you're not an American, if you don't know who Casey Anthony is somebody who became famous, unfortunately, for allegedly killing her daughter. Now, there's all kind of speculation about who did it and why they did it and how she was involved. But ultimately, many of us believe that she did that and got away with it, or she was involved with it and got away with it. Either way, we think that she did not face justice. Okay, Casey Anthony. So look, you're sending threats against the president, and one of your besties that already deleted somebody allegedly and got away with it. Maybe you might be a little bit of a security risk, a teeny bit of a security risk, and maybe they got to come say something to you. Just maybe. Just maybe. I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm wrong. And that's them right there, okay? August 25th, 24, recently. This ain't like, oh, I knew you in the past. I went to high school with you, all this, that, and the third. Nah, they're hanging out recently. This is just this past summer, okay? Shannon Atkins and Casey Anthony. This is Big Mama, the drag queen, and there's Casey Anthony right there. It says notorious former murder suspect Casey Anthony on the left, Shannon Atkins on the right, obviously, who was accused of threatening President Trump, share similar senses of humor, says a friend. So they got mutual friends. Oh, no, they have a good time. They got the same sense of humor, all this, that, and the third. What would make you befriend Casey Anthony? I'm just trying to understand how you even in that world, okay? So he's 46, bakery owner, and he had a little bit of cocaine on him, 3 bags of cocaine, okay? And that's him as the whole Big Mama thing right there. And that's what he does when he goes to the shows. So all the beer and all that, all the who does he look like? He looks like who does he look like? Not me. Anybody want to say me in the comments, you're getting blocked immediately. But he looks like somebody. I'm thinking Lavelle Crawford. I'm thinking Mark Henry. I'm thinking people in that world. In the kind of obese, a little bit black dude with a beard, dark skin, bald head, glasses world. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say, if you say me, I'm gonna block you because I don't look like Big Mama at all. Okay. I do not look like Big Mama. But here's what he posted. It says, all stood up to Democrats and all were shot. And of course, you got all the presidents. You got Lincoln, Reagan, Trump, Kennedy, and MLK. And then he kept on going and going and going with it. He says, I've been banned from X because I said I hope and pray somebody deletes him. He wrote in an apparent reference to Trump. History is supposed to repeat itself. We haven't had an assassination in years. And then he says, bullets, please, please, Jesus, save America, over an image of a meme calling Inauguration Day a day of mourning. So this is what the guy's doing out here sending threats. And your friend is Casey Anthony. So if I'm anybody, like, let's say I'm a regular person, right? I'm a regular dude, a regular Joe. And I got this big hamburger and hot dog eating looking dude talking about somebody got to do something to you. That he's sending threats to me. And then I see him with this lady that allegedly deleted her own child. I'm like, all right, maybe you really mean business. Maybe you really mean business. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to all these peaceful LGBT people that I keep hearing about. I mean, we keep seeing these stories all the time. Whenever you see, at this point, as I close, whenever you see a mass shooting, what do you think? Transgender, LGBT, confused? There are so many confused, crazy, drugged up, doped up people in this world. No wonder there's so many people crashing out. No wonder, because they're already kind of predisposed to doing that based upon how they live in their life. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this guy, Shannon Atkins, I believe his name is? I think it's a big deal, not a big deal. How about his connection to Casey Anthony? Like, what kind of random nonsense is that? Whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. Every single time when I do these videos, somebody trying to crash out, doing something crazy, just doing things that don't make any sense mentally, I can see that they got mental problems. And a big indicator, a big marker is those that want to play dress up, men that don't really believe they're full men. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. And when something is wrong upstairs, that's when people do things that aren't really normal. Why? Because their brain is abnormal. They are abnormal. They are irregular. So they're going to do abnormal, irregular, and crazy things. It's very simple. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.